Well, I just watched the first episode of Gravity Falls for like the 5th time again, and it was so freaking great. I'm gonna talk about Tourist Trap, the first ever episode of Gravity Falls, the pilot episode. Let's get started. Alright. It starts out with a narration from Dipper, and he's like, "Oh, it's summer. It's time for eating hot dogs," and stuff like that. And then it cuts to the intro, which, by the way, the intro is amazing. It's probably the best music I've seen from any Disney thing. It's a really good track. Good job, everyone who worked in this show. You did fantastic. Hold on. I moved it a little bit left. So every episode of Gravity Falls is about half an hour, which means that it will take more time. It will take the same amount of time to watch one of these episodes, and it's the same time to take to watch 2 mini episodes combined into one from Star Wars of Evil. So let's just get started. Gravity Falls opens, and the theme song is amazing. And the first time I saw it, I was like, "Gah!" And yeah. And then they never explained how he was going. He and his sister go to summer place, and then they go to Gravity Falls and stuff, and meet their Grunkle Stan, who's the coolest old guy ever. I can't do his impression, but if I was Alex Hirsch, I would impression the heck out of. I can do okay too, so. And then yeah. And then yeah, explaining stuff and things. And then Dipper has to go sign up to hammer some signs to the Mystery Shack, or like in the woods to the Mystery Shack. And then he finds a latch that opens up a hole in the ground, which leads to the number 3, the 3rd journal. And he knows all this stuff, that's creepy stuff about Gravity Falls, from the author, which I'm not going to explain who the author is, because that's some major spot details. So, and then he goes talk to Mabel about it, and then in the time frame that Dipper was getting the journal and looking through it and stuff, she already got a boyfriend. Boyfriend is sketchy. He's like emo and got like a black hoodie. And they go around. They have a fun time. And then Dipper suspects that Robbie is a zombie. I mean, not Robbie. He actually does kind of look like Robbie though. That Norman, who is the name of the person, is a zombie. And he has a bunch of he has evidence for it because his fake hand just kind of popped off Norman, and he was like, And then during this, Norman reveals to Mabel that he's actually a bunch of gnomes. Plot twist. Top 10 anime plot twists. And then Mabel rejects them, and then the gnomes are like, "Okay, we understand, because we're gonna kidnap you." Which that went from 0 to 100 really fast, man. And then Dipper's hurrying with the golf cart from Wendy. Hurrying is like driving the golf cart. Which, how can he drive? He's like 12, so he's not even allowed to drive. Never thought about it like that. And then he gets Mabel, saves her, and then they try to run away from the gnomes. But the gnomes, they turn into one giant Voltron thing. They fuse into one giant gnome, and they just chase after Dipper and Mabel. And then they're like Dipper and Mabel are driving the golf cart, and then they go all the way back to the Mystery Shack, and then the gnomes, who are like gigantic and stuff. And then everyone, and Dipper and Mabel are like, "There's no way out of this." Dipper's like, "There's no way out of this." And Mabel's like, "I know a way." And then Mabel says, "Trust me." And then Dipper's like, "Okay." And then Dipper, he, oh God, frick. Dipper is like, okay. And then Mabel, like, was like, gets proposed to by the guy because they want her to be their queen. So then Mabel takes like the 3 diamond ring, and then she's like, "You may now kiss the bride." And then Jeff is like, who's like the main gnome, he's like, "Okay." And then tries to kiss Mabel, but then she takes a leaf blower out of nowhere, sucks him up, blows him out. That's really wrong. I should stop talking. And then all the gnomes, they get dispatched. And then Mabel sort of apologizes, I guess. And then Stan says, "Oh, looks like you two got hit by a bus. Ha! Got him." And then Dipper and Mabel just like try to walk to the attic where they sleep. And then Stan's like, "You know what? You can have one item like on the house." And then they're like, "Really? What's the catch?" "The catch is if you don't do it in time before I change my mind." So Dipper gets the classic blue and white pine tree hat, and then Mabel gets a grappling hook, which like she only uses like 2 times the entire series. Trust me, it's like only like 2 or 3 times. Yeah. And then they go back to the room and stuff, and they're like back to sleep. And Dipper's like, I wonder how many other secrets there are in Gravity Falls. Grunkle Stan said there's no secrets in Gravity Falls, but who knows what could be lurking elsewhere. And then, like, Stan is shown in, like, he's like shown walking around. And he went by the vending machine, and then he typed in the AB1CD1 code on the vending machine. Oh, Jesus. Oh, jeez. I just gave myself a hangnail. Jesus. He types in that code, and the vending machine opens, revealing a secret passageway, which that's going around the same time as Dipper's like saying the stuff. And that's a great. It's just a great thing to start the series off. You know, I think it's a little bit better than Star Comes to Earth from Star Wars Force of Evil, but it's. Star Comes to Earth is pretty solid, though. But I think that I'd rate this episode 7.5 out of 10. So, if you like, why isn't it a higher rating? Just know it's above average. It is just... It's better than... How do I explain this? For a pilot episode, it did amazing. It was amazing. Hold on, let me type up something. Alright. I'm gonna look up what the 3 times back thing is for this episode. I'm pretty sure it's Gravity Falls. Welcome to Gravity Falls, though. Hold on, I'm gonna pause and then I'll be right back. Okay, for some reason I'm trying to look up the cryptogram at the end of the episode where it's just a flash of like jumbled words. In the beginning of the title screen, you hear a whisper at the end of it that says 3 times back in backwards, and if you apply that to the end message in the credits, you get "Welcome to Gravity Falls." I'm pretty sure. Yeah. If anyone wants to clarify that, I'm pretty sure it says "Welcome to Gravity Falls" on it. So you can look that up. My internet's being weird. The cryptogram at the very end of the episode was just a bunch of jumbled letters. If you apply 3 letters back to every letter, you get "Welcome to Gravity Falls." I'm pretty sure. Thanks for watching, and that's the first episode of Gravity Falls Thoughts and Remarks. Yeah. I'll be doing this and Star Wars vs. the Force of Evil. I did this after I did Star Wars vs. Evil Season 1 because Gravity Falls has 2 seasons and Star Wars vs. Evil will have 4 seasons soon. And I've already covered 1. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.